We're less than 24 hours away from the WASDE report. The World Ag Supply Demand Estimates report for the month of April comes out tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time from USDA. Now it outlines numbers for corn. There's soybeans in there. We'll see sorghum. We'll see rice. We'll see sugar. Let's see, cotton's in. Pretty much every crop and livestock sector is in there. Let's start, though, with this market. The rice market is where we begin. Rice was higher yesterday, but when you look at all of the row crops, it's the worst performer year over year. It's down 18% year over year. So it's the worst. What's next to it? Second worst, I guess. It's actually the corn market. Corn is down 6% year over year. December contract right now at $4.7225. It's down 5 3/4 cents. You know, after that, the rest of our row crops are in positive territory. I'm bouncing around here, but just trying to show you from worst to best performances year over year. Oats are trading 4% higher today than they were a year ago. We're mostly lower right now in the oats market. And then from there, can you guess what's next? It's actually a tie between the wheat markets. Here's wheat, Chicago, July, having a rough day, 5.89 3/4. It's down 18.5. Here's hard red. It's down 14.25 on the July at 6.08 3/4. And the wheat market, 8% higher year over year. Cotton now up 8% year over year. December down 9 points, 75.38. And then after that, you've got canola, and then we'll just jump right into the leader. It's up 15% year over year. Soybean still unchanged, November 11.51. Help us break it down. Chris Robinson Ag Marketing. Soybeans, the top performer year over year. If I'd have told you that a year ago, would you have believed me?
Well, not really. I mean, because we're well supplied. We were worried about China. And, you know, we had been given a real gift. Early on in the year, we bounced off that January report. The January report was pretty depressing. And then we started seeing buying interest come in and more speculators come in. And then obviously, you know, watching crude oil go from $55 to 119 was the top. That really drove us, and that was a gift. So the interesting thing is, Tony, that big rally we had, it was like $1.88 in beans. Last night's low, when the ceasefire was announced, we hit that 1140 area. That's halfway back. So we had a $1.88 rally, but we just gave half of it back. And that's kind of where we are today in corn, wheat, and beans. We've either given back half of the rally or very close to it, 40% of the rally. And that's how these markets, they act. It takes 2 or 3 months to have these great rallies. We had, you know, over $1 rally in beans. We had a $1.25 rally in wheat. We had a 53-cent rally in corn. And then the headlines change and we give back half. And that's where we're at right now. So the good news is it's glass half full. We're still not back down where we were at those January lows, which were dismal. But, you know, this wasn't a great day for the grain so far. All coming out of speculators chasing crude oil.
Yeah, and we're looking at wheat right now, and man, the wheat market beat up today, but still, when you look at it from a 6-month perspective, we're trading a lot higher than we were just 3 months ago. So, all right, Chris, quick break here. We're back with more markets on Market Day Report. We were talking earlier about well, worst performer to best performer when it came to the row crops. This one's kind of right in the middle of live cattle, feeder cattle, and lean hogs. This is live cattle futures. We are higher right now, up 3/4 on the April contract at 248.97, 17 cents higher on June and August. The June trades at 245.97. Now, this market is up 23% year over year, but this is the leader. And we say it, feeders are the leaders, right? 370.47 on the April, $1.57 higher. We're up 160 on the May, 368 and a quarter. Again, this market's gained 32% year over year. Then you get over to the hogs. Hogs have had a rough month, down 5%. Still, we're 4% higher than we were 365 days ago. Down $1.70 on the May. And July down $2 at 107.80. What do you make of this, Chris Robinson? Robinson Ag Marketing?
Well, we continue to have, right, the fundamentals are the same, small herd. But if you dig into the small herd argument, if you look at the weight of the animals that are going to slaughter now, they're, almost twice as heavy as they were back in the day. It used to be unusual to see 1,000 pounds here. Now they're 1,600 pounds. So that's one thing that I think people don't factor into it. We're getting a lot more beef off the animal. But that being said, this is we talked about halfway back in the grains, right, going lower. We've clawed back everything we lost in that October, November collapse. Feeder cattle collapsed really, $80. We've rallied all of that back. We're almost back to all-time highs. If you look at fat cattle dropped $45. We are actually making new contract highs in a lot of the contracts for fat cattle. So the packers are continuing to make money. Demand stays good. The consumer, and now, Tony, with the rebound in the stock market, just 10 days ago, we had a 10% correction in the stock market. People were like, oh, first thing people are going to do is stop buying steak. And I was concerned as well. But with the rebound that we've seen, we're almost back to all-time highs in the stock market. So it's kind of like putting a fresh piece of wood on the fire for the cattle. At some point, are we going to correct again? Yeah. There's always a risk out there, right? There's, you name it. There's mad cow, there's screwworm, are they going to open the border up? Is someone going to say something? But big picture, we are at record highs in cattle, and it's been a tremendous recovery, and it's a great opportunity for ranchers. And the question is, are we going to have $4 feeders and north of 250 fats? It sure looks like Mr. Market wants to try that.
Yeah, and great point there in the fact that the heavier weights that we're actually running through the harvesting facilities now. Chris, great to see you. Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing. Catch him on Commodity Wrap tomorrow. Rural Radio 147 Sirius XM.